So today is the Solemnity of Our Lady of Rosary. Actually, the Universal Church celebrated on the 7th of October. But today, especially in this diocese, Novaliches, because Our Lady of Rosary is the patron of the Quezon City. So it's very good to celebrate this Sunday, the Solemnity of Our Lady of Rosary, because this month of October also the month of Rosary. Now, before we call the Solemnity of Lady of Rosary, is also called before Our Lady of Victory. So, because the history is from the year of 1571. We know is the war of the Battle of Lepanto in Europe. If you know the history, is the 1500s that time is the power, the navy of the Ottoman, Ottoman from Turkey. So we know the history that Turkey under the Ottoman attacked Europe, which is all Christianity are there. And because we know the Ottoman is very powerful navy troops, and all the church that time asked the intercession of our mother so that we will win the battle against the attack from the Turks. And everyone praying rosary, and we know the result. We won the war. That's why the church honor Our Lady, our Mother, our Mama Mary as the Lady of Victory, and now we call the Lady of the Holy Rosary. That's the history. Now, that's 500 years ago. The war, the weapons, and now it's still going on, the war again between Russia and Ukraine. And we're still praying rosary, asking for peace in the world, especially peace those in places have still conflict or war, because in the gospel we heard today is nothing impossible for God. And far away there's a war between Russia and Ukraine. But the most important one in our life, there is also spiritual battle, spiritual war inside our hearts, inside our lives. I'm not sure about you, Sometimes as a priest, there is also spiritual battle inside of priests. So that's why please pray also for the priest through the intercession of Mother, so that the priest can win the battle inside. A lot of temptation. Not only priests, also as a husband, as a wife, as a parents, a lot of spiritual attack that sometimes we, undermine it. But actually, this is the evil one. Now, we can see how our Mother Mary, Mama Mary, wins the battle, wins the war since the beginning. We heard in the gospel, since the beginning of her calling to become the Mother of God, she's always faithful. And her key to war again, to win the battle, to win the war, is her obedience. So Mother Mary always obey God, always trusting in God's will. And we know that Mother Mary called also the new Eve, because we know the old Eve from the Genesis fall into original sin, because Eve and Adam, they fall into sin because disobedience. You know the story? And then because in the Genesis, the book of Genesis, you can eat everything, but do not touch that fruit, forbidden fruit. But Eve and Adam eat the forbidden fruit and fall into sins. And now, with Mother Mary and her son Jesus Christ, that's why I call Mother Mary is the new Eve, and Jesus Christ a new Adam. Because what? Because their obedience to God, to do the Father's will. That's why in the last said, I am the handmaid of the Lord. May it be done to me according to your word, according to your will. It's very important. Now, when I reflecting on today's gospel, especially Mama Mary, I remember when I was little boy, about 6 years old, and as a boy, like to grab anything, and my mother put the thermos. There's a hot water. And then my mom said, do not touch it. Do not touch it. And as a young boy and a young kid, curiosity just, all right, I'll touch it, and then grab the thermos, and then the lids open, and hot water come into my body here, and that one here. That's what I have staying here. That's what when I was 6 years old. And then my mom rushed me to the hospital and then got treated very well. And then after that, my mom told me, well, I told you, do not touch it, and you touch it. That's the result. That's my mother. How about our Mother Mary? Always sometimes give a warning, sometimes, don't do it, don't do it, don't fall into sins. But sometimes, well, I do it, and finally will fall and into destruction. So my brothers and sisters, it's very important, because obedience from the words Latin ab audire, obedience have to listen what's the word from God, listen the order, listen the advice. So it's very important for us in this solemnity, because Our Lady of Rosary is the patron of the Quezon City. That's why we have celebration today. Through the intercession of Mother Mary, pray Rosary every day. Ask protection. Whatever your situation right now, maybe you have difficulties in your life. Maybe there's something in your hearts, the battle, spiritual warfare. Ask Mother Mary intercession so that we will win the war. Not against the war, against the nuclear, the rudal, the guns, but through the weapons, which is the Rosary. Rosary is the weapon against the evil one, the Satan, the Iblis, the Satak, the attack, Trust. That's our weapon. With Mother Mary, we will win the battle in our lives. Amen.